6 weeks ago, I shared a video about my early retirement bucket strategy. In that video, I shared that I had replaced my bond holdings with STRC, or Strategy's Preferred Stock Stretch. I also shared that in bucket 2, I was holding Strategy's other preferred stocks, Strife, Strike, and Stride. And as you know, the past 2 weeks have been brutal for Stretch. It closed today at $80.80, down almost 20% from its stated par value of $100 per share. And as you might imagine, my inbox and my comments are blowing up with comments like, "How's that stretch working out for you?" and "Are you okay?" Stick around and I'm going to walk through exactly what's happening, the 3 missteps that I believe Strategy made, and what I'm doing about it. I'm Michael, and this is Betirement. A quick reminder before we get started, I'm not a financial advisor and nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm just sharing what I'm doing with my money and the reasoning behind it. You're responsible for your own financial decisions, so please do your own research. Let's be honest, the period since May 15th has been absolutely brutal for Bitcoin and anything associated with Bitcoin. On that date, Bitcoin started off at over $80,000, and in just 5 weeks, as of today, Bitcoin has bounced off of $59,000 for the second time. And for the first time since February, STRC has traded down significantly from its $99 to $101 target range. And it stayed at these depressed levels for a couple weeks. So I'm not going to pretend that any of this is comfortable. Now, some background on me. I believe that my threshold for volatility is higher than many investors. And that threshold has been built up by holding Bitcoin through some pretty brutal downturns since 2017. Ironically, exactly 4 years ago today, I was out west with my family on a 3-week vacation through the national parks. And during that trip, Bitcoin absolutely crashed. I remember while my family was still sleeping, making my coffee and stepping out onto the balcony of our lodge at Zion National Park. I was staring at that Bitcoin chart as it was falling beneath $18,000. Just months earlier, it was hitting new highs of $69,000, and I thought, I'm such an idiot. But as we know, that spike down back in 2022 was temporary, and we started creeping back up. And now we're lamenting lows of $59,000, which is more than 3 times that previous low. Frankly, this past weekend, exactly 4 years later, felt very, very similar. Bitcoin was testing its lows, and STRC was making new lows. And coincidentally, I was on another family vacation. This time we were out at the lake. Was I concerned? Yes. Was I panicking? No. And let me explain. Years ago, I learned that one of the keys to investing was to never put myself in a position where I needed Bitcoin or any stock that I was holding to go up in value in the short term. And because of that, there's 2 things that I work hard to avoid. The first is leverage. If I borrow on margin or take out a Bitcoin-backed loan, I put myself at risk of liquidation. I might not be able to weather a downturn like we're currently facing. And ironically, some of the same people who are the most vocal critics of Strategy and Stretch are offering or promoting Bitcoin-backed debt. Even last October, at what turned out to be the high of the Bitcoin cycle, they were out there promoting the benefits of taking out debt against your Bitcoin. This has likely left a lot of new Bitcoiners, or maybe even experienced Bitcoiners, with less Bitcoin or potentially totally wiped out at times like this. The second key to avoid getting wrecked at a time like this is diversification. It's important to have diversified assets that aren't necessarily trading together. While I have a high allocation to Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related assets, I also have different assets that are not trading in parallel with Bitcoin. For example, I was recently able to sell some Tesla stock for a capital gain to raise some cash and help weather this downturn in Bitcoin and STRC. As I said earlier, I think I have a pretty high threshold for volatility, so let's walk through the volatility of a few of these assets because I think the data tells a clear story. Let's start with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is a highly volatile asset. Year to date, Bitcoin's realized volatility is right around 50%. So that's what I'm visualizing here with the big orange swings. Now watch what happens when I add MSTR, or Strategy's common stock. Its volatility is even higher at 84%. So notice how much larger those swings are. And recently, Strategy's critics have been pointing out that MSTR shareholders have been suffering as the company issues more MSTR shares to buy more Bitcoin and to pay the stretch dividends. And you know what? They're right. In this bear market, just like the bear market of 2022, MSTR shares have gone down more than Bitcoin has. But the same thing is true in reverse during bull markets. When Bitcoin rips up, MSTR rips up even harder. And over the long term, MSTR has outperformed Bitcoin even through the bull and the bear markets. Since Strategy entered its Bitcoin era back in 2020, MSTR has an annualized return of 41%, and that compares to Bitcoin's return of 32%. Only Nvidia has outperformed these two assets. That said, you can get absolutely wrecked if you put a large MSTR position on at the wrong time. The volatility cuts both ways and the drawdowns are brutal. Now here's the line that's most critical for this video, STRC. Even with the recent increase in volatility, its year-to-date volatility is 16%, significantly less volatility than Bitcoin's 50%. On this chart, STRC is that gentle wave near the middle. Let me break it out by time period because that's where it gets interesting. From January 2nd to May 29th, before the stretch trouble started, Stretch's volatility was just 11.9%. Now look at the last 30 days, from May 24th to June 24th. Stretch's volatility has more than doubled to 26%. So that's the spike that's making a lot of people nervous, and rightly so. But let's also see what that means for the price. Since reaching highs in October, Bitcoin has fallen over 50%, and Stretch has fallen slightly less than 20%. That 20% drop is not what most of us expected, but it does highlight that Stretch is severely dampened versus Bitcoin's volatility. And here's the full year-to-date volatility picture for these three. And even after the recent increase in STRC volatility, it still remains significantly less volatile. And that's exactly why I continue to hold STRC as part of my retirement portfolio. STRC will benefit from the long-term success of Bitcoin while smoothing out the volatility and collecting the high yield that Strategy is able to pay. Now, I don't want to sugarcoat this. I've been an advocate for Strategy, and I've been a shareholder in MSTR since 2021. And I did very well last bull run, putting on a large MSTR position near its lows at $27 and riding it up for a 10x at $270 per share. And I think what they've done with STRC is really groundbreaking and has a lot of potential. But that being said, I think they've taken some missteps in recent months, and I want to point those out here. The first misstep was related to the US dollar reserve. Back in December of 2025, Strategy established a US dollar reserve to give the market confidence in their ability to pay STRC dividends. Over a couple months, they built up a dollar reserve of $2.2 billion, and this would enable them to pay the dividends for about 18 months. However, last month in May, they spent $1.5 billion of that reserve to pay back some 2029 convertible bonds. While this might have been a good long-term decision to make, it was not a good short-term decision for confidence in STRC. I think it rightly caused a lot of people to be concerned about whether or not Strategy would pay the dividends. To their credit, Strategy has been working to correct this error and work on building back that US dollar reserve. As of this week, it's back up to $1.4 billion, enough to pay dividends for about 10 months. The second misstep that I believe Strategy has made related to Stretch is to set an unrealistic expectation for extremely low volatility. Back in March, after Strategy raised the dividend to 11.5%, Stretch was seeing consistent high demand, and that kept the price pegged right around $100 per share. And Strategy and Michael Saylor touted this low volatility and the resulting very high Sharpe ratio. And I have to admit, I was impressed myself. But I think some of that language gave people expectation that this low volatility was a permanent feature. And that likely caused people to take on risk and take on leverage to buy more STRC. I saw multiple X posts about people bragging about their STRC carry trade, where they were borrowing money from a HELOC or their Robinhood margin account to double up on their STRC exposure. Sadly, those people are getting wiped out right now. In the future, I think strategy should back off some of this language to make sure that they aren't setting unrealistic expectations. And the third misstep was strategy repeatedly sharing information about DeFi yield tokens that were being issued by other third parties that were built upon the stretch yield. I really think strategy needs to be more careful about sharing that type of information because people might view it as an endorsement, and those types of DeFi tokens have a lot of risk that people might not recognize. So I believe next week will be a big week for STRC, and here's why. The price decline for STRC indicates that demand for the instrument is down significantly. And per the company's guidance, they will increase the dividend rate to make STRC more attractive and get it back to the $99 to $101 per share target range. Per this guidance from their Q1 earnings report, if the volume-weighted average price of STRC is under $95 for the month, they will increase the dividend by 0.5%. or 50 basis points or more. And with STRC currently trading around $80, I think we should expect a much higher dividend rate increase. Strategy should announce the new dividend rate after the market close next Tuesday, June 30th. So what am I actually doing? As I've shared recently on X, this drop in STRC is really concerning. But for now, I'm giving the company a chance to follow their guidance, raise the dividend rate, to bring it back into the targeted range. Remember from my bucket video, I'm holding 3 months of my expenses in cash and 21 months of my expenses in STRC. So I have a few months for STRC to recover before I may potentially have to sell shares at a loss. So for now, I'm holding and I'm monitoring the situation closely. I did make one related move in bucket 2 last week. As I've shared previously, I made a purchase of STRK or Strike back in March when it dipped to $66.11. Last week, as some of this uncertainty about stretch started to arise, I sold that position at $67 for a small capital gain. And as I also shared a few weeks ago, I sold some Tesla shares at over $430 per share for a capital gain to free up some additional cash. Only time will tell how my STRC play pans out. I really think it has the potential to be a great instrument for early retirees like me to earn high yields. I've been honest that I've been surprised by this large drop, but for now I'm holding it and I'll be monitoring the situation day by day, especially watching closely next week after June 30th when they announce the new dividend rate and see how STRC behaves after that. As with any position that I hold, I will reassess my stretch position on an ongoing basis. I am not married to holding a stretch position, but I am hopeful that it remains a good long-term, high-yield investment. And to call back to volatility where we started this video, even with the recent increase in volatility, STRC has left me much less exposed to fluctuations than if I were in Bitcoin or a Bitcoin ETF. If you appreciated this video, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out similar content every single week. And if you want more frequent updates, make sure you're following Betirement on X, because on X I can share more frequently than I can in these weekly videos. And let me know in the comments how you're feeling about STRC. Until next time, I'm Michael, this is Betirement, and I'll catch you in the next video.